Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ashes Live on Analog TV. England are 2 for 136. I'm joined by Jack from the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast for this Ashes Live. We have Stark bowling to Milan. Milan's on 41, Root's on 45, Stark 1 for 50. Last ball of the over. Stark bowls. It's a short delivery bouncer ducked underneath. Carey takes the catch behind the stumps. It's 2 for 136 at the end of the over. Welcome, Jack.
Thanks, Ethan. Thanks for having me on. Great to be on the commentary with you and very excited to watch some Ashes cricket.
Definitely, and it's been a great game, as we've just seen. There's some news going on. I'm just going to check it for you. Cricket Australia is set to announce that Hobart will announce the 5th test and the final test. So that'll be at Hobart. So it'll be the first ever Ashes test in Hobart. So that's interesting, hey? Since 2016, they haven't hosted a test. So what do you think about that? Hobart with the 5th test. New news. Breaking news.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They deserve a test match. And, I think that's the right thing to do from Cricket Australia. So, yeah, it should be good to end the series on.
Yeah, Lyon bowls, and that's a full delivery defended on the stumps. That's well bowled there from Lyon. And, yeah, Perth should have gotten the test match, but on the same stance, it's a bit like, it was unlikely, and McGowan's a hard nut. So, yeah, I guess that's how it all works. Hazak Sport says hi. Hi, Harry. Yes, hello. And Direct Hit says hello. Yes, welcome to the stream. Talk to me, say whatever you think. Sorry about the late join. I was doing a radio show, actually, so that's why I've been out. I'm joined by Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Lyon bowls, that's a delivery on the stumps, and Root walks across it and hits it down to the mid-wicket region, and he will grab 1 run. 2 for 137, England. Shout out to Harry, who's in Year 7. Welcome. Thank you for listening. Really good to have you here. Jack, your thoughts on today's play?
I thought it's been pretty good. Some fight back here from England. That's what they needed to do. Australia toiling hard. The pitch is flattening out a little bit. So I think it's been a good day of Test cricket.
For sure. Lyon bowls and he goes down the pitch there. Milan, it's past mid-on. It's going for 4. That is excellent timing from Dawood Milan. It's just technique and precision at its best. Lyon probably hasn't had his best day today so far. That could be changed, but Milan is pushing his way close to 50, forming a good partnership here with Joe Root at the Gabba. Take us through that shot, Jack.
Yeah, very good shot. Just pushed it straight back down the ground and got value for his shot there. Quick outfield here at the Gabba, so good shot from Milan.
For sure. Lyon again in, and there is a bit of a edge off the bat drawn to the point region for no run. So these two batsmen settling at the crease, trailing by 137, England. Hazak Sport says go the Aussies. Lyon, the spin overs go through very quickly, so probably your expert commentary will be needed between the overs and during the pace overs, particularly more importantly. Your Lyon bowls, that's a good length delivery outside off, and it's pitched at 92k an hour, left alone. No run there. Got 1 ball left at the over. What's your take of this over from Lyon? What do you think he's gotten wrong?
I don't think he's got anything wrong, really. He's bowling good areas. Just have to be patient and hope one turns or
that's down to gully.
Edge.
No run. Yep.
It's got to stick at it.
Definitely, Jack. And it's been a good over there. It's 2 for 141 on Analog TV Cricket Live. It's been a wonderful day. I've had a lot on. So I apologise for being half an hour late. That was due to a radio show that I was called up last minute. And of course, I have to take the opportunity. It's been a good test match. I think this fight back from England is going to certainly cement the confidence on the side. It's going to prove how good Test cricket is, and I think we have plenty of time to play, so should go down to last day. And there's a lot of arguments saying we should have a 4-day Test match, but Jack, what's your thoughts on that? Look at this game, for example. Be honest with me. 4-day Test cricket? No?
No, I'm not a fan of it. Because we have weather around in Brisbane, you want to have the extra day up your sleeve. So, no, 5-day Test matches for me.
Exactly, it's perfect. If they don't, I'll be shocked if they don't play till day 5. And bowling change now, Cameron Green, and he got his first wicket in the first innings. He bowled decently well, but then only bowled 3 overs. But Maybe he should have came in a bit earlier, but it's good to see an all-rounder having a go at bowling. Now, he can be pretty decent in first-class cricket, but we've seen a lot of Australian players in first-class cricket not perform at this level in the Ashes. But today, and yesterday and the day before, they seem to have, which is awesome to see. Cameron Green, what do you think about him? It says 124 average. Obviously, that's not true. That's obviously a true statistic, but it's a lot more to it than that. Isn't that right, Jack?
Yeah, it is. He's learning. He's only young, and he'll get better with the more games he plays.
Definitely. And as we think about it, that they've paced their innings really, and it seems to be that teams on the Gabba do really, really well when they're scoring quick runs, bowls, and that's a bouncer, and there's no run there. What do you think about that, Jack?
Yeah, usually at the Gabba, usually at this time, day 3, late afternoon, pitch starts to become easier for batting and the ball's a lot softer at this stage. So Australia just need to stick at it. England resisting, but for how long? That's the question. 1 or 2 wickets can change momentum here.
Definitely. And, Cameron Green has that potential, and he certainly looks a lot better than he did last year with the ball. And that's a nice fuller delivery, and it's been hit to mid-wicket for no run there from Root. 46. The partnership, 80 runs. So it's a decent partnership between the two at the crease. This trailing seems to be a little bit challenging, but England could actually get a lead here and maybe set a target for Australia. Don't you think?
Well, that would be their plan, but they won't be thinking that too far ahead. They'll be thinking about every run, every ball. These two batsmen, not getting too far ahead. Just take it as it is and reassess.
Yeah,
afterwards.
And there's a quick run through point. Oh, a good fielding effort there from Marnus Labuschagne. You're bang on right there, Jack. They certainly need to keep in touch there. It's kind of like what I do with the radio also is like 15 minutes per part. You need to be kind of making sure that you have, small blocks, survive this ball, survive the next ball. And traditionally for long-term batting, you need to think, well, I've batted, if you edge behind, forget about it the next ball. Don't dwell on it. That's the plan at least. Got some statistics on this game. 81 run partnership. But we're looking at, I'm going to find some bowling stuff. So the best figures, I would say, is Paddy Cummins of 1 for 29. So the captaincy's clearly not getting him, stopping him from performing. He got a 5 from the first innings. Green again bowls in, and he's been hit there a little bit, Milan. It's bounced off the glove. I think he's all right, and there won't be a run. Jack, who do you think is the best bowler in the Australian attack?
Well, I think all of them are, but you have to choose one. It's very hard to choose one. They're all good, in my opinion. All of them. Very hard to choose one of them.
Interesting. Now we got, it's a tough debate. Green to Milan, bowls, and that's down leg, and Carey takes a nice saving catch. I'm enjoying having Alex Carey, don't you reckon? On debut, he's been fantastic behind the stumps. The keepers don't get enough credit sometimes, isn't that right?
That's right. If you're not talking about the keeper, they must be doing a good job, and he's done a very good job keeping up to the stumps to make the line, and also also back to the stumps for the quicks. So he's done well, Carey.
For sure, and that's an amazing dive. He's also quite decent with the bat, I find. He's more likely to hit runs than Payne as well, so we'll see. I thought Carey was better than Payne, but that's controversial. Green to Milan, that's a bit of a shorter one, and it's been left underneath the bat. 2 for 1, 4-2. So I'll take you through a couple of wickets. We saw Rory Burns, the first wicket of today, was out to Pat Cummins, and that was a beauty of a delivery. That's what I thought. And Burns has seemed to have struggled against this Australian attack. It was a short delivery. So bowling short has seemed to be the plan from the Aussies. I might be wrong there, but just comes across that way, don't you reckon, Jack?
Yeah, it is. That delivery that he got just reared up, which usually happens here at the Gabba. Those indentations on the pitch, uneven bounce, inconsistent bounce. Some can rear up, some can keep low. And that just caught the glove. And and he was gone, Burns. So, yeah, it's definitely a plan for Australia. Target
Yeah,
short
definitely.
ball.
Yeah, same with Stark, right? That's line bowls and he hits it to short leg for no run. Yeah, it's a thing where these fast bowlers are genuinely doing well. I think Lyon's struggling because this is much more pace dominated than your average Gabba wicket, I would say. That's the slight difference. It's a decent pitch. It's an 8 out of 10 pitch. Perth was 10 out of 10 in that gorgeous game. Lion bowls, let's defender straight back down the pitch for no run there from Root. Root's on 47, Milan on 45. A delivery at 86.6 kilometres per hour. There you go. There's something about some analysis on the screen about where he spins it and the area where to hit it. So if you bowl just outside off there, it can obviously get... Oh, that's just a delivery that's outside off. He's gone for the sweep there, Root, and there is no run. Jack, what do you think Lyon needs to do here to get a wicket?
Well, he just needs to keep sticking at it. Keep bowling the same line and length over and over again. Hopefully one turns.
Yep. And that one's not a very good one. That's a poor example. That's short delivery, hammered away through mid-wicket for 4, and it's a 50 for Root. The Aussies will have to keep on trying. We'll get back to you in a moment, Jack. That was an excellent innings from Joe Root. 50 runs, he brings it up in style. He raises the bat, and there's a lot of English support there in the crowd, so it's just wonderful to see from Root. He has batted absolutely fantastically, I must say, and there's the Queen there. I saw a photo of the video of someone who dressed up as the Queen, not the actual Queen, in the Barmy Army, all this stuff. So, yeah, that was not consistent from Lyon, as you were saying. That was a short delivery. That was a giveaway. So Root pounced on it. That was an excellent shot to bring up his 50. And we'll get back to you in a moment as Lyon bowls up to Root, and that one's defended straight through the offside for no run. Jack.
Yes. Australia just need to keep sticking at it here and keep being patient. Get one wicket here can lead to 2 and 3 quickly.
Exactly. Lyon bowls, and he goes down the track there, Root. But there's an excellent fielding effort there from Pat Cummins in that mid-on region. It's 2 for 146 to the end of the over. And I know what Jeffrey Boycott liked to say. I know I quote him quite a bit, and he's a bit controversial, but he's awesome. They say you have to bat as if 2 more wickets have fallen. So if it's 2 for 141 England, you have to bat like it's 4 for 141. That is the idea. And England have made sure they formed a structured partnership because they are aware, these 2 batsmen, that beyond them there isn't too much hope. So they just have to bat. And Root has batted fantastically. Anything that was slightly off-notch, he just smashed around, which was wonderful to see. This has been a good partnership from England, and it's just one of those things where he's just in nice form, and he bats in England, Joe Root, so he must be a pretty decent batsman. Conditions are a big factor. So a lot of players perhaps get different ideas from different people about. Rightio, Jack. Tell us about the importance of this partnership at the moment. What do you think this is going to do? Hello Sports Breakdown, by the way.
Well, it's going to be very important for them, this partnership, boost their confidence after the first innings, where they lacked this sort of partnership and resilience. And that's what they need to do in this whole series, England, because it is going to be tough against this Australian attack. It ain't going to be easy. They've got to find ways to tough it out. So it's good that they're fighting back at the moment.
Green to Milani, taps a single through mid-wicket. So it moves on to 2 for 147. I forgot to adjust the scores. Enjoying the commentary too much, Jack. You've been doing very good so far. Yeah, Root's been fantastic. And we've seen Australia, they have Green here, and it's a benefit of an all-rounder because, you have that opportunity to have a player that's perhaps is like fresh and new, and it gives the other bowlers a rest. So something new to offer the table. All-rounders. What are you, Jack? Are you an all-rounder or a batsman or a bowler?
Well, I'm more of a bowler. My batting's not really that renowned. I wouldn't call myself a Don Bradman, but more of a bowling role for me.
Green to Root. That's driven straight back down the pitch, and Cummins runs around and fields it, and it'll be 1 run there through just on the onside, just straight down the pitch. Yeah, so you're more of a bowler. I do change my mind whether I'm a bowler or a batsman. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bowler, sometimes I feel like I'm a batsman. I get a wicket sometimes, every second game, and I average 7 with the bat. So I'm bad at both, but I'll just say that I call myself an all-rounder, I'd say. Because sometimes people tell me that I'm more of a batsman, some people tell me I'm more of a bowler. Like, it's hard, because there's also, like, when you're an all-rounder, people say you're bowling an all-rounder. That's short, and that's pulled away from Milan, but Paddy Cummins on fire in the field at mid-wicket stops it. Yeah, there's a lot of players that are like, am I all-rounders, batting all-rounders and bowling all-rounders? There's so much to it, Jack. Hello, GG. Welcome for joining the live. Yeah, what do you think about that, Jack, about all-rounders? There's always one thing you're better at, often.
Yes, most all-rounders in the game, they excel at one skill or the other. Probably Jack Cullis from South Africa, he was probably the best all-rounder we've had in this modern era.
Yeah, that's
better
short.
in both fields.
No run there. Yep, definitely.
With bowling and batting, he was equally good at both, but others tend to lean on the other facet within the game.
Definitely. And you think that, like, there's a players that are batsmen, but they can bowl a few overs. There's a lot of players, even like Steve Smith, those batsmen that can kind of bowl. It's kind of good to see that, isn't that right?
Yeah, bit of part-time, obviously.
Yeah. He's trapped him on the pads there, Green. That was a nicely pitched delivery. It's on the legs. Appeal for LBW. There's nothing. They got 10 seconds on the DRS timer to decide. Yeah, there's a lot to it, indeed. And, it feels like Australia are trying to find a little bit about their chemistry. There's parts. I think England do experiment too much as a team. They mix the players up a lot. And they've done it too much, and Australia have done it too little. And it's because Australia don't have depth and England do, but they're taking advantage of too much depth England, and that's a short delivery from Green, ducked underneath. It's 2 for 148. When do you reckon, like, the rotation policy is taken too far? This is my thoughts. But the Australians do too little to manage their players and fitness, that you get all these tired players. Isn't that right?
Yes. Well, England just shows they're not really a cohesive unit. The cohesion's not there. They always chop and change because players are not doing their role and not succeeding and not performing on a consistent basis. Whereas with Australia, we tend to do less changes because players are performing and we don't want to make too many changes. So that's the difference between Australia and England.
And there's always
in terms of that.
Yeah, and don't you think there's a lot of players that are good, but they're more consistent than others? Like, a lot of the great batsmen now will hit 2 double hundreds 2 games in a row, then get out for ducks for the next 3 tests. Rather, if you look at Ricky Ponting, he hit a 50 every game almost, but he didn't average as much as Steve Smith, I don't think. But the consistency was there, if that makes sense.
Yes. It's just the way cricket is. Batsmen perform one game, the other game they get it for a duck. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Lyon to root. There's a quick single there through the onside. 2 for 149. You continue speaking.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's just the way the game is. As a bowler, you get wickets one day, next day you don't. Batsman, same with runs. You score a century, then get out for a duck. It's just the way it goes. It's unpredictable cricket.
Yeah, I think in the modern day, where it's happening more often where anything is possible. We've seen a lot more, like back in the day, in the 2000s, it was all Australians. Harry says, second innings is good, first was shocking. Interesting points. And has the pitch eased out considerably? I would say the pitch is easier to bat now. Lyon to Milan, he's cut it, and Paddy Cummins at point stops it, and there'll only be 1 run. That's 2 for 150 for England. There's good points in the live chat. This partnership needs to continue as a direct hit. Yeah. It's interesting. This second innings has been better than the first innings, Jack. Don't you reckon? It's been more runs in it, more exciting.
Yeah, well, the pitch is different and conditions have changed. Cast your mind back to day one. It was overhead and a bit of grass on the pitch and the ball did a bit. Whereas now the sun's out baking the pitch all day yesterday and today. So it's
Lyon to root. There's no run there. Yeah, definitely, Jack. And yes, it's Jack from Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Yes, correct, direct hit. Correct. And Sports Breakdown says, how do I rate Travis Head's innings out of 10? I'd say an 8. I'll ask Jack your rating on Travis Head's innings after this ball. Lyon bowls to root, and that's no run. Jack, how do you rate Travis Head's innings?
10 out of 10. He's from South Australia, Travis Head, and I'm a South Australian, and it's great to see him perform on the world stage. It was magnificent to watch. The way he took it up to England, he was tiring, the bowlers were getting tired, and he just pounced on it. Scored 100 runs in a session, which is fantastic.
No run there. Indeed, yeah, I agree with you totally. And yeah, Harry said Head had a blinder of an innings, and the direct hitter said Travis Head counter-attacked to surprise England with it when you know you have to perform, and he was under pressure. He just backed him. 12 out of 10 for you. Yeah, fair enough. That was one of the best test innings I've seen. It was so perfect. Everyone was criticising his selection. He did so well. Lyon to Root, that's in the pitch, and defended for no run. 2 for 150. Yeah, it's good to have this debate about good old Travis Head, isn't it? He was captain of South Australia at age 20, I heard. Isn't that... He's like Rashid Khan, but a batsman. He's so much weight on him, and he goes and does that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, I think he's got leadership qualities. That's why they gave him the job at South Australia. He's got experience. He knows what he's doing in terms of that. And yeah, it's good to see Travis Head perform. He's proven the doubters wrong, and hopefully this will be the start of something big in his career, because you get one of these moments as a batsman in your career where you have a standout innings, and it can set you up for the rest of your career. So for him, an Ashes century at the Gabba doesn't get any better than that.
Definitely. And Direct Hit describes it as controlled aggression, which I agree. And perhaps I could get this idea, if Paddy Cummins doesn't want to captain anymore, we could have Travis Head as captain, because he was a controversial selection. But now that if he keeps performing the way he does, he'll probably end up being the Australian captain. We know he can do it for South Australia, so why not, Jack?
Yeah, hopefully. He was vice captain of the team, I think, for a bit. And then obviously they gave it to Pat Cummins ages ago now. Yeah, he could do it one day if asked for Australia.
I'm confident he will, and I don't know what you think, but yeah, I feel like he's And Flatline says Greedy, and Direct Hit said he's been around the circuit for a long time. Bowls to Dal Balan, no run there. They've been around the circuit for a long time, so the experience came to the force yesterday. Yeah, it certainly has came to force. Yeah. Look at Green's bowling strategy. He's been quite short of a length, hasn't he, Jack? Cameron Green.
Yep, he is. Just needs to hit a consistent line and length, Cameron Green.
Definitely. He can move it around a bit, but he needs to get it a little bit fuller and have that short delivery just as a bonus. Because that ball there, that was a short ball defended. That was too short, okay? That was not where you're supposed to bowl, because unless you can't bowl like that all over, you're not going to get that many wickets unless you change your line. And changing your line could, if you're aiming to do that as a bowler, you might make a mistake, perhaps. So I'm just advising him to be careful there. So take us through the replay.
Yeah, it's just a ball there from Green. He just needs to, as he said, get it a bit fuller, I think.
Yeah, and there again, short again. Yeah, and that's another short delivery again, so no run there. But perhaps he's trying to do a run-saving plan. Perhaps he's being used as a fill-in bowler rather than a wicket-taker. So that's maybe why his average is 124. But we know he can pick up wickets. Like, he picked up a wicket off a pull shot. That is the plan from the Aussies, but maybe because they haven't experimented and tried enough full deliveries that are in a good length, maybe they've just been set off, perhaps. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Or bowls length outside of something. That's better. That's fuller. Left alone, just as we were saying. Excellent delivery there from Green. No run. Keep talking.
Yes. Yes, as you said, yes. For him, he just needs to be consistent, Cameron Green. Batsmen have found out how to play him, and obviously he needs that delivery that takes wickets and needs to bowl good line and length consistently. He does that, he'll get wickets. But he's only young. He's only 22. He's learning his craft. And the more he plays, the more better he will be with both bat and ball. And
and another bouncer there. Yeah, another bouncer there. So I think maybe this is what he believes is his niche. So he's only bowling at 138k an hour. He probably needs to bring his pace up a bit if he's bowling short. But if I look at the replay there that I'm seeing, he's putting a lot of energy into his bowling. So that's a good thing. And the Green versus Milan pitch map, he's put it all over the place. He's put the ball right on the stumps. He's put it right back at the short length. So it's been a little bit all over the place. And the fuller delivery actually gave away runs. Green to Milan. That's cut away past point. I think he will pick up a boundary. No, it won't. But Jai Richardson, the subfielder, will save it. And I think he will get 3 there, Darwood Milan. So it's a half century to Darwood Milan. A fantastic innings from him. It's been a solid knock, hasn't it, Jack?
Yeah, he's played well, Milan. As I said, the pitch is a lot easier for batting at the moment, as it usually is in the Gabba this time of day 3, heading into the Test match. He's played well, got in, got set. Now he's got to make the most of it. If one of these two or both of them get out, then England are in deep trouble. They're still trailing by 125. That's a long way back in this match, and they've got to do something special to get out of this Test match with a draw, because I think Australia will obviously go on to win this match, you think.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the highlights here on the screen. It's been fantastic at the crease there, Darwood Milan. He's hit the ball all around the park. And Sports Breakdown has said it'll be the key, this partnership. And he's also said that Root has had a brilliant year and must be resilient over here in Australia to give Australia a difficult target to chase. Yes, it's all about resilience. And Darwood Milan and Joe Root are looking potential to deliver a big partnership here. I can see it coming because the Aussies are basically just trying to try new things. Ethan and Jack. Direct Hit says Richardson was talked about spot in the 11 after 23 scalps and 4 steal games. Could he come in for Green maybe next game? Well, Green's more of an all-rounder, but perhaps I think Jai Richardson's a good chance, but having 5 bowlers in the team could be a little bit over-experimental, as we see Marnus Labuschagne coming on to bowl. So ask you your thoughts after this first delivery of the over, Jack, about having that 5th bowler. And Direct Hit says the Aussies are 1 wicket away from winning, but we'll get back on this idea of Jai Richardson in a moment, as Labuschagne's coming into bowl to Milan, and that's a short delivery that's been hammered by Milan. That is going away through square leg for 4. That was rubbish. That was dragged down from Labuschagne. Again, you're having a part-timer. He drags it back and smash. Excellent timing from Milan. He's just been so confident today. He's been you watch it, it's short, and instantly he reads it, moves his leg across and goes bang, and swings the bat through it. Excellent shot. So, after this ball bowls, that's short again. That's hammered through mid-wicket down to Mitchell Starc, and they will grab... Or I need to adjust the scoreboard. I'll grab 2, I think. Or 1. 2 for 158. Jack, tell me about Jai Richardson. What do you think? Play or no play?
Well, I think he may play in this series because Australia may rotate either Starc or Hazelwood. I don't think he'll replace Cameron Green as mentioned. And Cameron Green's an all-rounder. You need him to bat at number 6, and you have got to have that all-rounder in the side to give the other bowlers a rest. And that's what Australia need. And he offers that balance to the side, Cameron Green, with that all-roundness that he produces. So I think Richardson will get his chance, but we'll have to wait and see who he replaces and where.
Labuschagne to Root, and that's beating him on the outside edge there for no run. And yes, Marnus is bowling spin. He's not bowling medium pace. Yeah. See, this has been quite a fast over. He's flying through his over here, Labuschagne, so we haven't had too much time to commentate on it. He bowls, and that's a much better length delivery, and good line as well. Left alone there by Root. 2 for 158 England. Root on 53. Milan 55. The partnership 97 runs. Labuschagne no wicket for 5 off his first 4 balls. It's his first over. Part-timer having a bowl. Labuschagne again. That's short, and he cuts it just past Pat Cummins at point. Now, he's usually been quite good in the field, Pat Cummins, but they managed to sneak a single through him. And it's 2 for 159. Root on to 54. Partnership at 98. They probably get a 100-run partnership here with 1 ball left at the 50th over. Decent spin from Marnus, bit curve away. Yes, definitely direct hit, for sure. Labuschagne to Milan. And he's run out to wicket and bowls, and that's a fuller delivery. Pinches onto him, and he hits it down to Travis Head there at sort of mid on there. Yeah. Pat Cummins did misfield earlier on the over, correct? And that's the end of the over, 2 for 159. So nearly a 100-run partnership. So if this partnership gets to 200, 300 runs, are England a chance? Big question.
Well, they need him to go on. At the moment, still 20 odd runs behind Australia on the first innings. It's still a long way back. If Australia get a wicket here, then it changes everything. New batsman, always hard to start. And then they can put pressure on the new batsman and hopefully get a bit of collapse before the end of play today.
Yes, for sure. We have Green bowling to Root, and that's a shorter delivery, or back of a length, and it's hit to mid-on for no run there. Yep. And it's a hard thing, this game. As Direct Hit says, Verdi, I would like to see him in the English side, for sure. Right. Take us through some more stuff.
Well, it's just Australia just need to keep patient. That's the key word here. Be patient. Build pressure with good line and length. And, lapse in concentration with Root and Milan, hopefully get the wicket. Just need to stick it at it.
Yep. No run there to mid-on there again. Yes, you're making very good points. Direct Hit says, even that depends, and if they get to 200, 300, these two Aussies would not have bowled well. Yes, of course, they would have bowled poorly, so the batsman would have to make up for it. So it'd be interesting. So what's it? We're 150 behind, so it'll be, yeah. And he also says England do not have a lead spinner. Australia's have holding a spinner in line. Hang on. There you go, done. Yeah, it's been good points there from Direct Hit. There's my face cam. He bowls, and that one's defended to mid-on for no run. Yes, I do have a face cam, but I haven't shown it. Alrighty-o. So there's a lot of good points there. So Jack, Green's been tight, hasn't he? He looks kind of like a shorter format bowler almost, if you think about it.
Yes, he's been very good, Cameron Green, doing his job, basically. Keep it tight, build pressure, and hopefully he can get the breakthrough that Australia need. As I said before, Australia just need that one wicket, and then they'll be on their way, I think.
Exactly.
You've got Stokes coming in.
Yep. Continue.
You've got Stokes coming in next, who hasn't played any cricket for a long time. He's under pressure from the first innings when he got out for 5. Then you got Pope and Butler to come, and then the bowlers. So Australia just need to get this breakthrough first of all, and hopefully they can get the rest.
Yeah, and speaking about this game, the tactic, he brought the pace up a little bit in that last delivery. So his pace is this over 138, 137, 135, then 142. So it's been a good mix-up from Cameron Green, for sure. Green to Root. And that's back of a length again and defended to mid-on for no run there. Paddy Cummins. And other than that one misfield, has been excellent in the field. Don't you reckon? Pat Cummins, he's been one of the greatest captains. And I know it's all the bowlers who were saying he was going to be good, but have a look at him. He's actually doing really, really well. He's got a fifer. He's fielding really well. It's just been perfect, really, hasn't it?
It has. That's the way Pat is. The captaincy ain't going to weigh him down. Got a fifer in the first innings, so his captaincy is a bit easy for him. No, it's not, obviously. Captaincy is hard, but so far so good, and he's leading from the front, which is the main thing.
That was just the last ball 10 seconds ago. 2 for 159 at the end of the over. Yeah, I agree with you. Harry says that England have really pushed back since this innings. Yeah, they've pushed back this innings. Yeah, sorry, I misread you. They have pushed back, and they've played a survival game. To be honest, these type of balls that Green's bowling to try and get defensive runs, it's not gonna do much for England. They're just gonna score runs off bad balls and just play traditional Test cricket if they have to. That's what I think. So his lengths have been interesting. Labuschagne and Green, the two sort of part-timers, all-rounders type players, working together. Root and Milan, can they do a Dravid and Laxman? Direct Hit says potentially. New over, Labuschagne to Milan. That's been clipped down to long on for 1 run. Definitely potential. There's a lot of things in cricket. Anything is possible. If you remember watching the Big Bash, we saw a lot of interesting games, haven't we? So it's been good. Labuschagne bowling this over, and he's bowling to Root. So Labuschagne bowling, loop it over to Root. He's gonna keep turning those spinners and trying to get the bowler and get him really playing. So Labuschagne again, that's a full delivery, and Root drives through point for a run. 2 for 161. 100-run partnership. Excellent partnership, Jack. And yeah, what do you think about Labuschagne? So he's been a real mixed bag, hasn't he? He does bowl mixed bags.
No, he doesn't. Well, Marnus is a part-time bowler, but he's a handy part-time bowler. He can get the odd wicket every now and again. But with part-time bowlers,
LBW appeal, not given. Yeah, indeed.
They're always going to bowl the odd long hop or a pie, as we say. And go for runs like he did in his first over. But if he can get a breakthrough here, that'll be quite handy for Australia.
Definitely. We've seen Labuschagne certainly try to perform. Direct Hit says something about Virat Kohli removed from ODI captaincy, and now Rohit is now skipper in white ball formats. How was the communication between Cab and Finch before making bowls? That's hit him on the pads. Outside off. That's miles outside off. There was an LBW appeal. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and between Cab and Finch before making him captain. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how that all works. The cricket board and Finch, and the selectors or whatever. I don't really know, but it's a different pattern in every different playing nation, I would say, for that question. Labuschagne to Milan, full delivery, clip to mid wicket, no run. What do you reckon, Jack, about Pat Cummins' captaincy? Who comes up with these ideas for captaincies?
Well, selectors, because they're in charge of the team, obviously.
Labuschagne to Milan. He's driven it to mid-off. There's one run. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, basically selectors, cricket boards take those decisions. And that's what they did with Pat Cummins and Steve Smith this time around. And they went with Pat Cummins. At the end of the day. So he's doing a good job, Pat. I thought he's captained well in this match. He's rotated his bowlers well. He hasn't over-bowled himself, which is the problem with a fast-bowling captain. So he's got that balance right. So, the team's been playing well. Everything seems to be going to plan at the moment. It's a bit frustrating with this partnership, but that's Test cricket. You've got to tough it out, and one breakthrough here can change it for Australia.
We've heard that a few times, Jack, but I think you are bang on. So share your thoughts in the live chat, what you think about this game. I'd love to hear it. And this partnership, or whatever you want to say, feel free to share it. Don't be afraid, But that wagger wheel all over the park, Root and Milan smashing it around, having a lot of fun. It's great to see, isn't it?
It is. Well, for England fans, it's great to see.
I'm not an England fan, but yeah. Hello, Chiggy Munty Enterprises. Hello. It's good to see you. I hope you're going really, really well. I've had the most hectic day today. Had a radio show, had Ashes broadcast. Why am I bragging about how hectic my life is? I'm not at school at least. So that's good. That's a bonus. Is there a link from where you can join me, guys? We're using Zoom, but Cummins bowl, that's a full delivery. Milan drives for the offside, and he will grab a run. Yeah, well, we have a time limit if we have you on Zoom, but that's potential. So Direct Hit wants to join us in commentary, so I don't know. We'll see. I can give you the link if you want, but we may have to cut you off or something. I'm not sure how that's going to work. What do you reckon? I don't know. We're on air, but so we'll work that out. Yeah, I'll give you the link, but don't join for more than like 20 minutes or half an hour because we'll get timed out. So yeah, you can, but not for too long. Right. Talk for a bit, Jack, because I need to do some stuff.
Yes. Well, it's good old-fashioned test match cricket here. That's what I like. It's a real test. I think of test cricket as a game of chess. You make one move, the opposition makes another move. And for Australia, it's just about trying to get that breakthrough. Just being patient, keep bowling the good lines and lengths, build pressure. A mistake will come eventually. These batsmen will get fatigue, and the lapse of concentration changes everything.
Indeed. I'm trying to find the Direct Hit. I'm trying to find... Okay, I got your... Okay, I'll give you... All right, Cummins again to Root. So, he bowls, and that's on the pads. LBW appeal, but they sneak a run. There we go. I got the link for you for the Zoom meeting. Direct Hit. Okay, so there's one run there. I need to... Oh, well, there wasn't. I'm not sure. Thank you for that, Jack. So, you got it? Awesome. Gained like 10 subs in 10 hours. Awesome, Cheeky Monkey. And Direct Hit's doing a bit of self-promotion as well, let's be honest. He's asking them to join. Well, maybe if you join our streams, they might subscribe. We'll see. You might be joining in a moment, so it'd be good to see you here. Hopefully it's not... Yeah. It should be good, though. Cummins bowling to Milan. Just so you know, there's a caller, commentator, and a describer. Cummins bowls, and that's full, and Milan's on the drive, and there's a fieldsman stopping it. So the key thing about commentary, right, is that I'm the one calling it, and in between, Jack speaks. So speak again, Jack.
Yes. Basically, Pat Cummins doing a good job here in this over. Giving it all he's got for Australia, which you like to see. That's what you always see from Pat. He's a brilliant cricketer. One of my favourites in world cricket.
For sure. Cummins again, bowling to Milan. He's bowling, and it goes down the leg side. There'll be no run there. It's a good length, though. I don't know whether it's going to a Zoom meeting or not, but anyways. Yeah, it's been good to be doing some live streaming with you, Jack. It's been an absolute honour. As you know, it's been a lot of things going on, so it's good to have watching the Ashes. And it's so easy. I'm watching the cricket anyways. It's like you get to watch cricket and you get lots of YouTube watch time. It's just so good. Win-win. That's what I say. And by the way, Jack, I know this is on air, but we could do like live streams where it goes through both our channels and we just use the shared Zoom meeting. Bowls, and that one's driven for 4. Milan through cover has been absolutely fantastic. That was driven very, very nicely. That was perfect batting. He just swung his bat through the line, and he takes it to the boundary for 4. Take us through that shot, Jack.
Very good shot from Milan. Through the covers. Doesn't get any better than that. Left-hander. Obviously, left-handers look more elegant than right-handers. I don't know. It's just something in the game that left-handers look better than right-handers when they play a cover drive. Good shot from Milan. Overpitched, you have to say, from Cummins a little bit there. And 4 runs.
Yeah, definitely. And Derek Hit's been sending a message in the chat. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's just like applying pressure on the game, and it's been a very, very good batting effort from these two. It's just the way they're playing the ball is so perfect. They're just finding the bad ball and just absolutely smashing it. As Labuschagne bowls that short and cut away through point. They're playing every ball on its merits here. England 2 for 169. Wonderful to see. This is good old Dash and Test cricket, and they're bowling enough bad balls to have a strike rate of about 50. So yeah, what do you reckon of this style of batting?
It's just what it's what England needed. They need to show a bit of mental toughness and resilience. The challenge for them in this series is not facing the Australian bowlers; it's their mind. It's what they think inside their head, and we, can't stress that enough in the game. You've got to have good mental toughness and resilience, and a good mental side of your game.
Definitely.
You can't bat for long periods if you don't have a good mental side. So,
and there's another ball, and it's driven down to long on for a single. Just as you were talking, there was another delivery, but it was a dot, so it's all right. So 2 for 170. Thank you so much, Hazak Sport. You're an absolute legend. I love you to bits. Thank you so much for your support. This is Wunderbar, as they say. Labuschagne to Root, pitched up. Root drives for the cover region, and he will grab 1 run. 2 for 171. Thank you for the support. Yes, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please do, and share this stream with your friends. Direct Hit says Aussies need to be a bit more attacking. Easy singles allowed off. Minus, yeah. They need to go for runs. They need to bring the fielders in. You're bang on right. And I'm sure Jack would probably agree. Yes or no question? Do you agree?
Yeah, I think they can do that.
Yep. And there's a mid-wicket again, and there's a run again. See there? A run from, he just tucked it off the pads right for behind square leg. Easy. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. Just easy runs at the moment here. And obviously, Marnus is bowling because you've got to rest the other guys. That's what England had to do yesterday, obviously, and that...
Same thing back.
Yeah.
Bowls again, looped up, cover drive, excellent shot from Root, and I think he will grab 1 there. It's the end of the over, 2 for 173. No worries, says Hazek Sport. Definitely, Harry. So yeah, it's been one of those games for England and Australia. It's one of those games for both sides where the moment you start bowling average, it's just smash, smash, smash. I'm just seeing on the feed I'm getting that the Aussie bowlers really, Travis Head really launched the ball at 150. He just launched the ball all the way around the park. Quick runs everywhere. Dry earth hits it 5 off the over without any trouble. Exactly. See, I feel like Milan and Root are kind of batting similar to Travis Head, but more defensively. But it's like when you go after the bowlers, it just looks so dominating. And there's been 11 extras this innings, so, perhaps that could be something. But the short balls have been the source of the dismissal, but now the short balls aren't working. So what are the Aussies going to try? What do you think they should try, Jack?
Well, there's obviously these two are batting well. We have to give them credit. They've shown a bit of fight, Root and Milan. Things are not happening at the moment. Maybe try different variations. Roll, cross
there's a dot
seam
there.
or stuff like that. Maybe something different. May go around the wicket, over the wicket, change the angle up a little bit, change your fields.
Yeah.
You could do those little things to get your wicket. It's all about being patient.
Yeah, you make very good points there. I'm just going to go subscribe to Hazek Sport because you asked me to. Yep, I've subscribed. Don't worry about that. First ball, first wicket. You posted on that. And that's left alone by Cummins again. He's firing it into the wicket. Ball not going through as much right now. Aussies can just try and play with field, change angles. Yeah, good points. Yeah, Paddy Cummins, fiery, fast, good length, like Jack is saying. Exactly. It's just perfect. And there's the English fans on the screen having a lot of fun. They are. They really are. They're enjoying themselves. They are. They're in. What do you expect, Jack? England fans. Cummins again, length ball defended to cover for no run. They do need to bring the pace up a little bit, the Aussies. They're only bowling 135, don't you think?
That just shows that you're getting tired. What happened with England yesterday? They got cooked. And then Australia took to Leach, and then Root had to bring on his main bowlers. He was still tired. So it's just fatigue, natural fatigue. When you've been out there for a long time, a couple of batsmen are batting well. It does wear you down a little bit, but you need to find an extra little bit of energy to get that breakthrough. That's what Pat Cummins is doing here.
Cummins bowls and Root drives through cover. That one's going to go for 4. Or not. The fieldsman's doing well, but he just stops it. Excellent save. I think that'll be 3 runs. I'm going to say that's a 3. I hope I got that right. Yeah, it's 3 runs there for Root. Yeah, very, very good timing. So that ball again, that looks like a sign of fatigue. Don't you reckon? Just gave away a little bit. Yeah, you can tell when they're fatigued.
Yes, you can. But with Pat, he's a workhorse. We saw that last summer against India here at the Gabba when he kept steaming in. He's that sort of bowler, and he'll try his best to get this breakthrough. If Australia get 1 wicket, preferably both of these guys out in the next few overs. It's quite a long last session because of the rain and obviously making up time lost in this match. They can definitely run through England because it's very hard for a new batsman to start, regardless of how well the pitch is playing. Always hard to start your innings when you come to the middle. And that's what they need to do, Australia. Just 1 wicket here. And the old saying goes, you get 1, you get 2, you get 3 in cricket. So for them, that's what they need to do at the moment, Australia. So just keep fighting. That's what Test cricket's about. It's a test.
Indeed. And I think I've loved these last few deliveries from Cummins. He's trying to actually tempt the shot. Slower ball's an option. No, I don't like the ideas of slower balls. No offense. That's a short ball pulled away down to deep fine leg for 1 run. Yeah, I do. I feel like slower balls are a bad option because it just gives them more time to see it and smash it. If the Aussies basically just need to tempt the shot. Cummins is actually bowling logically. He's tempting the drive. He's trying to get him to play a bit. and just need to make sure that it's in the right. Just change. It'll be a change up. Hit you for 2 fours. Who cares? If you get a change up and there's a wicket, then he's done well enough, Pat Cummins. So got 1 ball left to the 55th over of England's innings. 1 brings 2, 2 brings exactly as Dibbly Dobbly was saying, as has export. Bowls full drive snick through cover for 2, England. So 2 for 179 after 55 overs. Yep, I'll be joining you. Sports Breakdown, definitely. I'll join you for the day 3, but maybe not day 4. Okay, I can't do day 4. I've got a club cricket game, but I can do day 3 Sports Breakdown. There you go. And it looks like we have a drinks break now, Jack. So that seems to be something going on. 99 runs England trail by. It's been a banger of a game. So yeah,
yes,
you'll probably be sleeping, but you'll try.
It is the drinks break, yes.
Yeah.
Good time for Australia. Good time for Australia to regroup, refocus, and just take a break from the game a little bit, reset their minds, which is very important for them, and then go after drinks. And often a drinks break brings about a wicket, lapse of concentration, the batsmen getting into their rhythm, and that's been disturbed because of the drinks break, so it often brings about a wicket. So hopefully for Australia, that can happen after this short drinks break.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see what happens after this drinks break, because I often see a pattern where they get wickets after the drinks break. So that's definitely a good point you make. We've probably got, 40 minutes left to an hour left of today's play. So I look forward to hearing all about it. Isn't that right? I want to go to an ad break, but I don't have any ads, so stuff me. Because I used to have ad breaks in my live streams, but I don't. And you may say, oh, I hate ads, but they're actually useful because they keep my channel afloat and give us a bit of a mouth rest. Okay, thanks. Let me know. According to your convenience, I was thinking, okay, after day 5 ends? Yeah, sure, direct hit. Yeah, sure, after day 5. Yep, definitely. Just let me know. Just message me on Instagram. Let me know about that. Anyway, sorry about that, Jack. Yeah, it's been a good partnership, hasn't it? It's just been it's like you think, what have they done wrong, the Aussies? But I don't know. I think I want to see a wicket here and make the game interesting. I want to see Cummins fire it in, bowl a really good length ball, and just get a wicket. Collect the top of the
yes. Yep, I hope he does. But for Australia, as I said before, it's Test cricket. They're fighting back, which they needed to have, England, because in the first innings it was pathetic, really, the way they batted, and that's what we sort of predicted before this series started, that their batting is fragile, and they need Root and Stokes in particular to score big scores in this series for England to have a chance. So I think Australia will still win this match. Obviously, it's England are 100 runs behind, despite this partnership, which has been good for them. It's still a long way back for them to actually try and win this game. Definitely Australia in the box seat. As I said, get 1 or 2 wickets after this drinks break. You get new batsmen in, and then you can run through the tail, hopefully. And we've seen funny things happen in cricket with batting collapses over the years. But it's going to be very intriguing to see what happens in this passage of play.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it'll be a good passage of play, I sense. It'll be a good game. It'll be one that we'll enjoy for sure. So, 1 for 40, Pat Cummins off 12. He's bound to get another wicket, because he's not going to. England can't just keep sitting around. They can't, just because they have a head of straight doesn't mean they can bludge around. This was my concern about this innings. This was super good batting. Yeah. I feel like the Aussie. Okay, see you, Hazak Harry. See ya. Thank you so much for listening in to the live stream. Hope you really enjoyed it. Analog TV Live. Paddy Cummins will be bowling to Dawood Malan, which will be a good contest for sure. Now 20 overs remaining in the day. Lion bowling to Malan. 118 run partnership. Sports Breakdown says, I'm in Sri Lanka, Ethan, but yeah, please for the day 4 first session, watch along only. Yeah, day 4 first session, watch along. I should be fine tomorrow morning. I just need to set up an alarm so I wake up and I don't fall asleep. I hope I don't have to show my face because then I can do it in pajamas. You know what I mean? Jack probably gets it. Getting up early in the morning is just annoying. So,
yeah. We're all like that, I think.
Yeah. I'm starting to get up early, like summertime, so I'm going to bed at like midnight and waking up at like 7 because it's so hot to do that. You know, the days are beautiful and long. Today's been a nice day of weather. Lion to Milan, that's gone down leg. It trickles away for buys. It will be not 4 buys, but certainly a couple of runs. It's 2 runs. Yeah, Carey's known for being quite a good keeper, so I was a bit surprised to see that, but, you know, it's all right.
Yeah, well, keepers miss the odd one, you know, down the leg side like that, you know, either goes too quickly, so they can't react in time, but he's done well, Carey, he's done well.
Yeah, indeed, it's been fantastic. It's been one of those games where it's just, you know, brilliant batting. So I look forward to seeing more from these two in the crease. You know, it'll be a good game. Rightio, Lion to Milan. That's defended there by Milan. Hang on, Jack, I need to do something. Can you just talk for a minute or two?
Yep, no worries.
Awesome.
Taking over in commentary position. Yep, absolutely. So, Australia, 2 down for 181 England. I should say Australia looking to get a breakthrough here. Nathan Lyon bowling to Milan. He runs up. In his action now, runs up, bowls, and Milan pushes it to back Cummins at cover, and there is no run. Score still 2 for 181. We have England trailing by 97. Nathan Lyon, none for 50 from 19 overs. His last ball of his over. Runs up, bowls, and Milan try to cut and beaten by Lyon. Yep. Carey takes the ball.
I think you're told me think it's ahead, actually. Let me see. I think that was the ball ahead.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
End of the over.
Yep. 2 for 181. Will Burford said, just woke up, bro. Welcome. And apparently it's cold in India. And Australia will somehow win according to Sports Breakdown. And being an offer yourself, you love watching Gazza bowl direct hit. Awesome to hear. Yeah, that was a good ball to finish off the over, definitely. Spun it past the bat. Lyon starting to do better now and go back to his prime time bowling. It says 19 overs remain today. Lots of commentary to do. Hope you're enjoying this Ashes series, Will. It's a massive series. And Jack.
Yes, it is. It always is the Ashes. It always is. It's always a big series. And this one was talked about quite a lot, this Ashes series. Quite a unique series this time around. Different feel to it with what's been happening.
It certainly feels different. I think part of it is the broadcasters as well, having it on Fox and 7 instead of Channel 9. That's felt a bit different. But also bowls, that's defended just for a single there. It's different sponsorships, different stumps, you know. Just those small things can make a massive difference. And Will Bevan says England are in the mud. England are in the mud. How good is that, Will? I know that's going to annoy you, but how good? How good is that? Don't you reckon?
Yeah, it's pretty good seeing England play poorly as an Australian supporter. But yeah, as I said before, I think Australia should win this test match. Despite this partnership, it only takes one ball to get the breakthrough, and hopefully they can get the rest of the wickets. But they've just got to be patient, Australia, and that's what they need to do.
For sure. Now Cummins running into bowl to Milan. He bowls, and that's short, and they sneak a quick run through the point cover region. 2 for 183, England. Yeah, Indeed. And direct hit says hi to Will Burford. So they obviously know each other, those two. That's pretty cool to see. Yeah, Will Burford's doing a lot of football lately as well. English soccer, whatever you want to call it. Well, we're Aussie, so we're going to call it soccer, but a lot of people call it football. So depends on your opinion. Depends on your opinion. If think about it, if it's full bowls, that short ball, he's been hit. Root has been hit by a brutal delivery there. And he looks all right after that. He looks like he's fighting strong.
I think that one just reared up a bit off the pitch.
Can you imagine how much protection they're wearing when they're batting?
Whereas back in the old days, you didn't wear gloves like we have now, or you didn't wear helmets. Yep, he's okay, Joe Root, but I think he's going to wake up after that delivery there. And back comes.
Definitely. Direct hit says nice graphics from Fox Cricket, but to be honest, I prefer Channel 7. Bowls, that one's defended for no run. Fox's graphics are nice and pop up around the screen, but at the end of the day, Channel 7 have a much more concise graphics for the test matches.
Yes.
So yeah, Harry again, he's back. And direct hit says, no, I don't actually. This is my first interaction with Will. Okay, it's not too bad, but you've probably seen a video or something, or heard about him through me. Yes, Harry Spelling, definitely. Cummins into Root. And this is he's bound to bowl a beauty here. He's bound to. He's not going to bowl a bad ball. Surely he bowls. That is a bad ball. Commentator curse. But it's hit down to Hazelwood behind the wicket. Kind of to deep fine leg for 1 run. 2 for 184 England. I'm very good at commentator curse. Yes, you are back, Harry. Awesome. Jack. 1 ball left of this over. What ball do you reckon Cummins is going to bowl? Where's he going to bowl this one?
Oh, I don't know. He's probably another short ball, maybe, or pitch it up there, or maybe get it to fuller length, maybe.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't bowl one of those crap short ones like just then. He's just going to get smashed. So, yeah, he's lucky there was a fielder down there. He could have maybe not gone there. So, pitch it up this ball. He has to pitch it up. Cummins to Milan. Short again, hooked, but almost caught. Almost caught. Travis Head dives at square leg, and he doesn't quite take it. That would have been a tough catch for Travis Head. And there was the chance for Australia. The length bounced up on him there, Root. So, yeah, that was not bad for a short ball. I would have preferred a full one, but then again, whatever gets a result. Went for a big pull shot. Head dived in and it hit him just on the neck there. So, yeah, Bill Bevis says, I got to do a paper round, but you might be streaming when you get back. Awesome, Will. So if that's all good, enjoy your paper round in the cold weather. Direct hit says you've got 15 minutes before you need to go. You're wondering if it's possible for you to join for 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I gave you the link, so if you want to join, you can on the Zoom meeting, but I don't know how I'm going to meet you. Just go and join. You can join, yeah, definitely, for 10 minutes, for sure. It should be all right. Yeah, because 40 minutes is the limit. Yeah, Harry says so close, definitely.
Yes, I think I'm just seeing the replay now. Milan played that shot. It was Marcus Harris who was there, just bounced in front of him.
Yep. Lion to Root. Defended to mid-wicket for no run.
At least Australia are making things happen. And Milan playing that shot out of the blue. So, Nathan Lyon, he'll be looking to get wicket number 400 if he can.
Bowls at once
defended.
That'll
be a good moment.
Yep, defended through square leg for no run. The link, I gave you the link on Instagram messages. Yes, directed. Yep, hopefully you can see it. Hopefully. So yeah, it's been a very, very good game of cricket in my opinion. It's so good to watch. Lion to Root, and he clips it to square leg for no run. It's all about, bowling is about trying to implement different tricks and trying to loop it over, you would say, right? And he's Lion's slowly improving ball by ball. So it's good to see. Lion again, loops up, defended, or pushed just through mid-wicket for 1 run. 2 for 185. My Discord, and I have analog TV, but, okay. Jack, tell us about Nathan Lyon's bowling.
Well, Nathan Lyon, he always gets good revs on the ball, Nathan Lyon's got a good release. when it comes out of his hand. Gets it up and over as you do as an off spinner. He's always been a good bowler, Hayfly, for many years. So, yeah, no, he's none for 51, but he can get the breakthrough. You know, it only takes one good delivery from Gaz. The pitch hasn't really turned as much. The odd one has turned a little bit. It's only day 3, and there's not much rough for Gaz to work with. So, you know, it's just being patient, that's all. And sticking at it for Australia.
For sure. End of the over, 2 for 185. There was a couple of dots there. Can you have the analog TV one, Discord? Okay, my Discord is... Oh, gosh, so much stuff I have to manage all at once with all these... Oh, Joe Root's had a great knock, hey? Just seeing highlights on the screen. Just perfect batting. My Discord's analog TV, hashtag 2024. 2024. Righty-yo. Yep. Found...
Yes, as you mentioned, Joe Root, he's having a great year. Actually, he's averaging 60 plus in the calendar year, 6 centuries, 2 of them doubles, 1 in Sri Lanka, 1 in India. No surprise that he's playing well. Obviously, he's by far England's best batsman, and they need him to score runs in this series because the rest of the batting, in my opinion, it is quite fragile and poor. And we've seen that in this first innings of this test. And, yeah, it's going to be tough for England, but they're showing some fight, some ticker. That's what you need to do with Test cricket when things are tough. But for Australia, it's a challenge for them at this present time.
Definitely.
As I said before, and I keep saying it again, just need to keep being patient, stick at it. One will come. That breakthrough will come.
Of course, of course. Wait, the sports breakdown has joined. I think he's joining the meeting. He's joining the commentary. Yeah, been wonderful. Get good points you make there. Cummins bowling to Root. Now, when Cummins bowls, that's short and defended there for no run. 2 for 185, England. Welcome.
Hi, Ethan.
Hello, how are you going?
Good, man. Good, man. How are you?
Not bad either. What's your take on this game so far? Who do you think's on top?
Clearly, I think Australia are on top, like you guys have been discussing. You know, even though this partnership is starting to build, it's good, but like 1 wicket away Australia from the win, I reckon.
Yeah. Fair enough. Now, I'm about to do my calling moment where I call the ball. So, Cummins bowling to Root, and that's left alone outside off stump for no run. Take us through more stuff. Direct hit.
Yeah, I mean, Root is looking good right now, but overall, if you ask me, this game has ebbed and flowed, you know, over the last 2 days. As Cummins bowls. Okay, yeah. So you called that ball, and the first 2 days, the pitch was actually, you know, quick, and the ball was carrying through. But as we see right now, it's the best for batting, and I think England's chance to really, you know, push Australia on the back foot is right now with these two.
Cummins to Root. That's a short delivery just underneath the bat there for no run. Yeah, I think we all have the cricket on at different time periods, like 10 seconds before or 10 seconds after. So I'll call the balls and you guys talk in between. So hopefully I don't sound rude if I butt in. I don't mean to be rude. Same for the audience if you're listening. I'm just trying to make sure people know what's going on. So yeah, good points you made there. Yep, Jack. So what are we thinking here about the game? 2 for 185, 66 Root, 66 Milan. What are Australia going to do here?
Well, they'll be hoping to get a wicket if they can, get rid of these two quickly in quick succession.
Yep. Cummins,
as we said before, you know, they're 1 wicket away from getting a new batsman in. It's very hard to start on this pitch, and it usually is at the Gabba when you first get in because you've got to get used to that bounce and the pace of the wicket. So for Australia, it's just about trying to plug away and just get this breakthrough, hopefully. Make something happen. The ball's old, it's soft, it's not really doing much. You've got to come up with different ways of getting batsmen out.
Direct hit. Do you think we should try reverse swing?
Sorry, didn't get you there.
Do you think we should do reverse swing as an idea, as a tactic?
Yeah, you can.
That's just a no run there. Yep. You reckon so?
I think just take care of the ball, make one side rough first of all, and then if there is any, I think best option to exploit it because of the wicket. So a good tactic, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, I think they're doing that already, trying to get one side of the ball nice and shiny, the other side nice and rough, as you do. The ball hasn't been really chewed up as much, really. I've noticed that the ball's not really rough as it once was in this test match. So it's very hard to get that reverse swing at the moment. Given the moisture around and the rain, the pitch hasn't been really baked all that much. It's not really been that abrasive surface yet. So with the sun baking on it for the last couple of days, it's starting to get a bit harder, and hopefully the ball gets a bit rough and we'll see a bit of reverse.
Yeah, definitely. So I do look to see that, and there's often quite strict conditions about how you get it. But just when you're looking to try different things, I'm sure Pat Cummins might have half of that on his mind when you get to around the 60th, 70th over. That sort of starts to happen. But as long as they don't take it too far, like what Steve Smith did back in 2018, as I say the joke. And we're on with Nathan Lyon bowling this over. Lyon to Milan. He goes forward, Milan. He's been trapped on the crease. There's an LBW appeal, and it hasn't been given there. So there will be a dot ball. 2 for 185, England, Milan 66. Route 66, they trail by 93 runs. What do you think about this spell from Milan? Direct hit.
David Milan has been good. I've always liked him because he's very technically correct. And we all know that he had his struggles in Test cricket earlier, but now with his T20 form, he's gained that confidence back, and the team has shown faith in him. So yeah, been good for him. Good on him getting runs.
Definitely. I would certainly agree with you on that. It's a good point you make. Next ball. All right, we missed a ball there. It was a dot. Next ball. Yeah. And that's been floated up, and there's a drive to point. There's a quick run, and it goes past. And is there overthrows there? No, there's not. So it's 2 for 186 England. It's been a good game. And I look forward to seeing the result of it. I'm going to add you as export just right now. That's what I'm doing. Multi-choice. Multitasking. I know people say that men can't multitask, but that's true. Lyon again to Root, and Root's forward defending that back down the pitch for no run. Yeah, the links to Discord accounts. Correct, Sports Breakdown. Sports Breakdown said they shouldn't get Milan and Root to get a bigger partnership since the ball is old. The fast bowlers need to get some swing. Definitely. As we were saying, reverse swing. It's good points you guys have made. So, yeah. Lyon to Root. And he goes and hits it around the corner, and head fields it, so there's no run there. Again, the field is keeping it tight here. Starting to attack a little bit. It's slow transformations. It's like a chess game, Test cricket. There are slow transformations of different styles of play being implemented, but it can't be too quick, otherwise it'll get picked up on. Lyon goes short, pulled away, past that leg slip fieldsman, through the fine leg region for 4. Excellent shot from Joe Root there. Take us through that shot, one of yous.
Well, it was a very good shot from Root. Putting the attack to Nathan Lyon. It wasn't a good delivery from Nathan Lyon there. And Root was able to hit it past Marnus, who was underneath the helmet there at a very... He had a leg slip. Yep. He's up close. Nearly hit him on the... Luckily, he was wearing the helmet there.
Yeah, a bit dangerous, I suppose. But it's been a very, very good game. Lions. Yeah, that was close. Labuschagne there fielding. Yeah, we know that he has very fast reflexes minus Labuschagne, so it wouldn't be too much of a problem. But, it should be not too bad. Nice shot, says Harry Spelling. Yeah, definitely. For sure. Stark, we bowl into Milan for this next over. It's going to be an interesting matchup, Stark to Milan. How's this going to go, guys? How do you reckon? Direct hit. Can you hear me? How do you think Stark's going to bowl to Milan?
I think basically he's going to start off like full length, basic test match length, because he's coming back after a while to bowl. But since he's taking the ball away from him, I think, the slips will be in play, and for the odd short ball, the square leg will be in play. So mix of full and short balls. That's what I'm expecting right now. But we'll have to see if there is any sort of swing, reverse swing. And I said earlier as well, like Stark is the one who can exploit it. So it'll be interesting to watch this over. Yeah.
Definitely. Good point you make. And Jack, what do you think about Stark's over structure? Do you think that he's bowling the correct lengths?
Well, Mitchell Stark, he's not a line and length bowler. That's not his job in this team. He's an intimidator, as we saw in the first innings. That's his job.
Stark to Milan, short, wide, and cut, and that'll be 4 through point. We'll get back to your point in a moment. That's an excellent shot from Darwood Milan. He's on to 71. That was short and wide. You're saying he's not a line length bowler. He's trying to intimidate there, exactly as you were saying, and he just cuts it away, Milan. Excellent timing. Continue speaking.
Yes, that's his job, Mitchell Stark. So he just needs to run in and bowl fast and get it up there. Because when he's doing that, he's at his best. And we saw that with that Rory Burns ball in the first innings. That's what he can do, Mitchell Stark. That's why he's a valuable bowler in this side for Australia.
Yep. And there's another dot, and there's a dot there through third man region. Yeah, he's definitely a valuable bowler. As Harry says to me, Nathan Lyon is so unlucky not to have a wicket yet. He's so close to his 400th wicket. What do you think of that direct hit?
Yes, I would also like to bring a stat up. When Nathan Lyon got to 399, Ravi Ashwin was also at 399. And since then, Ashwin has got 50 scalps and Nathan is still waiting on his 400. So, well, this is cricket, right? This is luck. You can call it luck. You can call it.
Yep.
Yep.
Stark in, short ball, duck down, no run. Yep. Continue. Hello, Mezia friend.
Yeah, he's a brilliant bowler, and he'll get it at some point. But it has been a bit unlucky for Nathan to not get it yet. So, yeah, that's what I can say.
Good point there. Yes. So, we've had 4 ... this over. 14.3 overs remaining in the day, according to the graphic on the screen. 71 runs off 153 balls from Darwood Milan, and Root is 70 runs off 125 balls. Hello, Mezia Afridi. It's good to have you on this live stream. Stark to Milan, short ball pulled away. They've certainly attacked the short balls there, England, but there is a fieldsman out at deep square leg. Nathan Lyon does the fielding, so England roll on to 2 for 195 there. Good game. And Sports Breakdown says Nathan Lyon hasn't got a chance to play in subcontinental conditions. That's why he hasn't got his 400 wicket yet, whereas Ashwin, who has been playing there, seems to have been doing that. So what do you guys think about that? The conditions, do you reckon they're playing a role as well?
Yes, probably. The pitch hasn't really turned as much here. There's not much rough for Nathan Lyon to work with. And it's very hard to bowl spin in Australia, full stop. And Nathan Lyon's had great success because he knows how to bowl well on these surfaces. Saw what happened with Leach in the first innings. He got smashed. So, yeah, a bit of the conditions and a bit of luck as well. As we see
Stark, the Roots attacked that one from Stark and it's gone down the ground and it's going to be 2 runs there. The fielder picks it up and goes on the dive and gets it. What do you think of the sub-fielder on the field? There's a new guy who's sub-fielding there on the field. What do you think of that? Is it good to have some younger players? Because obviously there's a lot of players that are out on the tour match, which I'm going to give you an update on it in a moment. But sub-fielders, how's that going to go? Because there's a lot of younger players in the sub-field because Australia's second 11 are busy doing a tour match. Talk about it, Jack.
A good opportunity for him. He better hope he catches the ball if it comes his way, the 12th man.
Yeah. He's
on the field because David Warner's off with a bit of a rib injury. Well, not too severe. It's a bit bruising there, so that's why he's off the field. And that's why we've seen Jai Richardson on the field quite a lot today, along with the 12th man, the new guy. So, it's a good experience for him and definitely a dream come true for him to field an Ashes test at the Gabba.
Yeah, definitely. And score update for the Australia A game against England Lions. So Australia A are 1 for 137 Australia A, and they lead England Lions by 247 runs with 9 wickets remaining. So that should be... It looks like Australia A are going to win that game, the tour match. And the player to look out for in this innings is Bryce Street, and also Matty Renshaw a little bit. Those two are certainly seem to be quite exciting, so they might get a spot in the Australian team if something bad happens, but I don't think so. For England Lions, well, there hasn't been too many exciting batsmen, but the bowlers, Michael Neser, 5 for 29, he got a day ago, so that was excellent. Michael Neser is known for being a good bowler. Lyon to Root, bowls, it's looped up and defended, pushed for the offside for no run. So direct hit, what's your thoughts on... I don't know what to ask you about, but, tour matches. What's your thoughts on this tour match, having it on at the same time as the Ashes? Like, obviously no one's going to watch it because the Ashes is on, but how do you think it's going to work? Do you reckon they're going to mix players around a little bit?
Yes, and having these tour matches, what it does is...
There's a boundary there. He just hit a boundary off a sweep shot for a reverse sweep, so they're up 200 up for England. 2 for 202. Root on to 77. Continue.
Yeah, so I was thinking from an away team point of view that the England Lions are here at the same time as the national side. And that really helps because in case something bad happens, as you mentioned, to the English side, someone gets injured, you can have an immediate replacement. And that was from the injury point of view. And from a general point of view, I think the players playing in these conditions obviously get experience, and I can relate to that by Shubman Gill and Prithvi Shaw from India. They have come through these ranks playing India A cricket. Mohammad Siraj as well. So overall, these are good initiatives taken by the boards, and they're happening more often right now. So that's good for cricket.
Awesome. Lyon again to Milan. That's defended for no run. By the way, when I changed that scorecard, there was an extra run that was hit for mid-wicket, just as you were saying. That excellent point you made. And Jack, follow up on that. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's handy just in case someone has an injury. England in this match could have a few injury concerns.
Yeah, and also the heat's pretty hard. Lyon bowled to Milan, defended for no run. Yeah, exactly.
Other players as well from the Lions squad, and it's good experience for them as well, those England players coming out to Australia, because they could be playing for England one day. So
definitely
they get that experience.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, Sports Breakdown says, I love Cummins and his tactics as captain so far in this test match. So we're seeing so many good characters in the system of Australian cricket as well, which is wonderful. Defended there by Milan for no run. Do you reckon Milan and Root will make centuries? First Jack, second direct hit.
They look like they are, but anything could happen in this little period. Lapse of concentration, they nick off or something like that. So they just got to remain focused, not think about that, not think about the milestone, just keep batting. So they could get it, but anything could happen in the game.
Okay. And what about you, direct hit? What do you think about Milan and Root century?
Agree with Jack. Just keep playing ball by ball on its merit, and don't look at the scorecard. The great Sunil Gavaskar said, and that's what they need to do. Just keep playing as they are, and they do look on course for getting centuries. So yeah, they can definitely, but you never know. It's cricket, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's cricket. And yeah, I know that the best bat one. Also, Matthew Hayden was the same. He never looked at the scorecard when he batted. So some players do look at the scorecard though, because they need to know. Yeah. But in Test cricket, you don't need to know as much. But in the longer format, don't look at the scoreboard. But in T20s, you have to, because you need to know the run rates. It's different in every format. That's the thing. That's the pressure of T20s. So we're on a Test match right now. We've got Big Bash later tonight. I'm not going to commentate because I'm too lazy, but that'll be an exciting game to talk about at some point. I'll give a bit of a preview during this live stream. As Stark bowls to Root, he taps it to Slipfieldsman for no run there. All right, Jack, I'm going to talk about the Big Bash tonight with you, and direct it if you know anything, you can add some stuff. So we have Melbourne Stars v Sydney Thunder in about an hour and a half's time in the MCG. It's going to be a ripper of a game. So the teams will be announced at the toss. Who do you think is going to win out of Stars and Thunder, Jack?
I think probably the Thunder I think may win that game. The Melbourne Stars, when I watched that first game against the Sixers, even though they had players out, they struggled a bit. So I think the Thunder may win that game.
Dot ball there. Yep, continue.
May win that game today. But you never know in T20 cricket. Whoever shows up on the day, I suppose. But I think the Thunder should win.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I think the Thunder are on top. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Yeah, that was a shocking performance from the Stars. But on the first game where Josh Philippe hit 83, that was great to watch. I really enjoyed Josh Philippe as a cricketer. And I'll ask you, Direct Hit, is there any players in the Big Bash that you're very excited about as Stark bowls, and that's a short ball, he ducks underneath? Any Big Bash players you like, particularly?
I do like the look of, the Moses Enriques, the Sydney Sixers skipper. He's not, right now, not around this Australian circuit right now, but the way he has led the Sixers in franchise cricket, it's been impressive. So from the captaincy point of view, I like him. And obviously, Alex Ross, I did like a look of him, in the previous game when he got runs. A very technical batsman, and he's a good addition to the Thunder.
Yeah, so definitely. Stark to Root, and that's a short delivery and defended there for no run. Yeah, good player choices. Harry Sperling says, I think you should be a commentator when you're older. Thank you. Yeah, very nice, very kind words there. Partnership rolling on to 142 runs. It's good to hear your insights on the Big Bash tonight and Big Bash players. It's very, very good. And do I like the Barmy Army's chanting? Well, it's okay. It's creative. I mean, it's not the team I support, but it's creative. What do you think of that? After this ball, I'll ask you, Direct Hit, and I have to ask Jack a question at some point, probably at the end of the over. But I'll ask you about the Barmy Army's chanting after this delivery. Stark bowls, and that's a delivery that's skewed straight to gully for no run, 2 for 203. What do you think of the Barmy Army's chants, Direct Hit?
Well, I can relate with you, Ethan and Jack, when India go to England and when they are chanting, India's not doing well because England's on top right now. I mean, England are doing well, right? So they are fans, and, that's what we love about cricket, and the fans, and we have had them back after a long time in the stadiums. So not complaining too much, but yeah, when they are chanting, that England are doing, decent in the match. So yeah, that's my take on the Barmy Army.
Good point there. That's a good thing to say. As Stark bowls the final ball of the over to Root, and he dabs that through a similar region, but this time through gully for 1 run. So it's England 2 for 204. Harry Sperling says, yes, very creative. Yeah, they are definitely creative, the Barmy Army. Jack, what do you think of the Barmy Army in this Test match?
Well, the Barmy Army doing all their usual antics as always. They're great fun. They add to the Ashes and they add to England every game they played, whether it be Test match, ODI, or T20 overseas or in England. They're always great characters, and you need that in the game. The fans make the game, really. Without the fans, you don't have anything. So it's great to see them chanting. England are doing well at the moment. Good to see them fighting back after a terrible first innings. But for Australia, hopefully we can get these two out before stumps and get Stokes and Pope in there early and try and get them out, and then the rest. So, it's great fun.
Awesome to hear. Yeah, the Barmy Army is a lot of fun. I'd love to see an Aussie army. I know. We've got India's army, Direct Hit, what do we call the Indian army? Is there a name for this? Is it the Swami army?
It's the Bharat Army.
The Bharat Army, yeah. I remember both the Bharat Army and the Barmy Army made a parody of Billy Ray's Achy Breaky Heart with We've Got Collie and We Got Jarut. So, they find funny, creative parodies. I wish the Australians had that type of support when we head overseas, but we don't. It's a bit sad, isn't it? Like, I remember 10 years ago, Cricket Australia, well, I don't remember, but I saw a video of it. Cricket Australia were doing a chants competition. So, Nathan Horowitz once said that we should create an Aussie army. So it's a bit of a shame that never happened. But, should happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'll be bad if Australia and India, that happens. The Cardi army. Yeah, I love that idea as well, Harry. Talk about that off air. Lion bowls to Root, and that's defended for no run. Off air, right? But good idea. Roots on 90, Roots on 79, Milan on 72. They're flowing through a partnership as you hear this lovely, fluent, interactive conversation between Derek. Can I call you by first name because it's easier? Can I call you
it's Aryan.
Ariane?
I mean,
with Ariane and Jack. I forgot to ask. Ariane and Jack, direct hit or Ariane? So I'm going to use Ariane from now on. Ariane and Jack having a wonderful conversation with you guys and covering this massive Ashes Test series. As Lion is coming in to bowl another ball to Root, he loops it up and Root goes for the reverse sweep and it goes straight to Mitchell Starc for no run.
Yeah.
So Ariane, what do you think of this? There's a lot of sweeping, isn't there? How do you reckon that's going to end up going for England?
I think it's a bit of a counter-attacking approach, so to say. Like Australia didn't let Jack Leach settle in. So I think England are thinking, because 22 overs, Nathan Lyon has given 61. Just have a look. And I don't associate him giving these many runs. They have been proactive.
It's about playing what they used to.
I've got a question for you as well.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Bowles, and that's defended for no run. Yeah, ask me a question.
Yeah, so since the IPL auction is coming up, so do you think there is any Aussie talent from the Big Bash that can get a look in for the IPL right now?
I would love to see someone like Josh Philippe. Well, I think Philippe's been in the IPL before, but people like him. Yeah, people like him. There's Bowles, that one's cut through the third man region. Joe Root grabs a couple. Yes, but on your question, Ariane, I think that there's players such as, I don't know, I'm thinking of names, but it's not exact names, it's just a lot of different players. You look at Sam Whiteman, Josh Inglis, a lot of those keepers, a lot of those style of players should definitely give the IPL a go. And not all Aussies want to do IPL, so you don't have to play for Australia to get a good spot in the IPL. That's what I think. So yeah, welcome back, Cheeky Monkey Enterprises. Lion to Root, and it's been tapped through to deep mid-wicket for one run. They're playing the same shot over and over again, England. It feels repetitive against spinners. Thank you for coming back, Cheeky Monkey Enterprises. Yeah, definitely, Ariane. Yeah, that's a good question to ask, actually. And Jack, what do you think about that? Aussie IPL players. Which Aussie that you know doesn't play IPL do you think is missing out?
Oh, there's quite a few, I think. Oh, Josh Philippe played for RCB, didn't he?
Yeah.
He hasn't been the odd. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think any Australian players were retained. The only one was retained this season was Glenn Maxwell, was he?
Yeah. Maybe a Tanveer Sangha. He's a good leg spinner in Indian conditions, helping him. And teams are looking for leg spinner. Yeah. Teams are looking for leg spinner.
Yeah, good point. Tanveer Sangha. He should be pretty rearing to go, hopefully, for this IPL if he gets picked. Starc again, short and defended for no run. Yeah. It's your boy, exactly, Cheeky Monkey Enterprises. Yeah, it's been fun doing this live stream. All the watch time as well. I'm going to get, if everyone's watched for an hour, I've got 4 or 5 hours of watch time. How good is that? Because I'm trying to aim for 4,000, of course. So live streaming is a good idea. Okay. I don't have much more to say. It's Starc. It's the end of the day. They still haven't picked up the dismissal. We've been ranting about how important the dismissal's been all day, but they still haven't got it. No matter what they do. And I'm going to ask you, Ariane, on a neutral perspective of this game in a moment. Bowles, that's a short delivery and hit to gully for no run. What's your overall perspective on this game, Ariane, as a neutral follower? How does it feel this game?
It feels great. I mean, I support India and I don't support Australia and England as much. But being a cricket follower, I know how strong these teams have been over the years. I started following the Ashes from, I think, 2003 and 4. At that series in England where Flintoff and Ponting, Flintoff bowled that spell to Ponting. That is my first memory. Brett Lee bowling that, fiery spell in that series. So it's been a legacy, and well, I'm glad to be part of this legacy.
Yep. It's a short ball from Starc again. No run there. Yeah, it's good to hear from you. That's good. That's kind words for the Ashes, I suppose. It's been. I hope that this series creates a cultural revolution of cricket, because I've seen people on Instagram who who I never knew watch cricket or don't watch cricket, actually post on this, Travis Head's innings. So that's why I think it's a 10 out of 10 innings. Does that, like, non-cricket fans were posting on it. So I'm pretty convinced it was a good innings. What do you think?
Yeah, brilliant innings. I mean, I never associate a player like Travis Head by the style he played. Counter attacking.
Ooh, LBW appeal. Sorry about that. And there's one run down there to finally continue.
So I don't associate Travis Head by the counter attacking play, but when your spot is on the line, when you need to perform, the best way, the best form of defense is attack, as they say in cricket. And I think that's what he did. Brilliant innings. I was actually playing a match yesterday, so I kept following it on CrickBuzz social media, and it was great. Then I watched the highlights as well. So brilliant innings, and congrats to Heady. Well played.
Yeah, and I think Jack has similar views, don't you, Jack?
Yeah, it reminded me of Adam Gilchrist in a way when he attacked England in 2006.
Oh, yes. That 55 ball Ashes 100.
Yes.
Not brilliant. 55 ball. My head sucked. That was in a one day.
It's the third fastest in Ashes cricket.
Yeah.
And the ninth fastest, I believe, for Australia in Test cricket overall. So he just played with freedom. He backed himself, Travis said.
Yep.
And it paid off.
See you, Harry. So Harry's in the live chat. He said he needs to go. All right, I'll see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, definitely, guys. It's been a great game, and that innings is going to be. If people bat like that for Australia, we'll be back. Australia will be back in their glory days again, and they'll become a team to fear with. So, yeah, thanks, Harry. Yeah, definitely, and it's just such a revolution for cricket. When your team's doing well, you get more fans. Stark to Milan, short ball, left to line outside or something. That's quite wide of the crease. No run, 145. Goodbye, Harry Spelling. Thank you for listening. One ball left at the over. Milan on 72, Root on 82. Okay, the Zoom meeting will end in 10 minutes. So one of you will need to leave.
I'll leave then. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got 9 minutes, so you can hang around for a bit. If we have to, I'll set up a second meeting with Dibbly Dobbly and I if I absolutely have to. But it's been good having you on. So we've got a couple more. Start to Milan again. Last ball of the over. 2 for 208. England. I hope I've adjusted the scoreboard. Yes, I have. Short ball pulled away. One bounce to mid-wicket. No run. 2 for 208. Ariane, what's going to happen in the next 10 overs? Your prediction.
I'm having a gut feeling that these two are gonna, play the day out. That's my feeling. Just seeing the way the pitch is behaving, it's coming on slow onto the bat. So it's gonna be hard work for the Aussie bowlers, in the last 10 overs. And but if they get one, they'll get two by the end of the day. I'm confident about that. So yes. I think England's gonna, Milan and Root are gonna escape the day, and England's gonna go in as the happiest side at the end of the day. That's my view on that.
Okay, it's not a bad perspective to have.
Yeah, I know you guys would want a different thing, but that's just my reading of the game.
Good. It's good because you've got both sides of a story. I do try and commentate from a more neutral perspective. It's hard, but I try to. You should hear me doing India-England. I'm like so dead neutral. I did England-New Zealand, and it was fun because I wasn't supporting a particular team. I could enjoy the game, and no one said I was biased. I mean, I try and say neutral, but if it's biased, I don't mean it. It just happens, I think.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I can tell, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then there's times when I haven't sounded as biased. Like, this partnership from Root and Milan has been brilliant. Just to cover up bias.
147, almost a 150 run partnership.
The shot play's been fantastic, hasn't it? It's just been one of those partnerships where they just knock it around and just make batting look like they can't get out and make it look easy. Basically, robot batting. It's just been fantastic. As there's
Joe Root looks like he's getting some treatment on his knee.
Knee, right. Sorry.
Doesn't
right.
look comfortable at all.
Yes. But,
he's
on
had
top
some
of
problems with that knee in his career. It's probably a bit
definitely.
sore.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too severe.
Bad. Yeah, so...
Yeah. See what happens.
Guys, do you think we'll get all 10 overs in today? About the light and stuff.
The light won't be a problem because the days are long. It's sunny. The light won't be an issue. But you've only got 21 minutes left.
Yeah.
I think there'll be 6 or 7 overs.
It's just the over rate, which is always the problem in Test cricket. Probably won't get all the overs in the time. We usually don't anyway. So for Australia, how many overs to the new ball? Quite a few overs to the new ball. So
they'll get it tomorrow morning, probably.
Sometime tomorrow morning. So for Australia, it's just about trying to get a breakthrough. If you get a breakthrough tonight, that's great. Get one of these 2 out, and then tomorrow you can attack with that new ball, which will do a lot on this surface, as we've seen with the.
Sorry to interrupt. I think that was a no ball that wasn't checked. I just saw the replay. I think Stark overstepped on that occasion. Yeah, I think it's a no ball, guys. The last one which hit him on the knee, I think it's a no ball.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, we haven't got the technology in this Test match. It's down. Calling the front foot. So the on-field umpires have to call it.
They had so many no balls with Stokes. With Stokes bowling, they had so many no balls. And then they called the wicket one.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Rightio, Green to take the next over. Bowling to Root. So he must be all right, Root. He's back up and going. Green running into Root. He bowls. And that's defended on the stumps for no run. Back of a length delivery there. 133k an hour. Yeah, what's your opinion on the refereeing, Jack? On umpiring?
Overall, being an umpire myself, when I can, it's a hard job. They're trying their best. Okay, the technology's down, and we got to stop having these expectations on umpires that they're perfect all the time. They're not. Technology's not perfect.
Green, and that's down leg side, and that one's going to go and get saved by Lyon. Continue.
Yeah, but, it's not perfect all the time. You're going to have glitches, and we've had this problem. Yes, a few no balls have not been called. But it's very hard to call a no ball as an umpire when you're standing back because of the bowler's action. So it is what it is. It's a tough job, but they're trying their best, and they're two experienced umpires there. Paul Rifle, Rod Tucker. They've umpired a lot of Test matches over the years on the elite panels, so they know what they're doing.
And there's no run there for Root, blocked again. Yeah,
it's just the way it is. I think the second Test it will be back, the technology, so they don't have to worry about that. It's just only for this first Test that it's not here because of what's happening at the moment. I think what I've been hearing with the borders, they can't get the technology up there, so that's why we don't have RTS real-time sticko in this Test match because of that as well.
Definitely. Another short ball there from Green, no run. Yeah, and I feel like it's very expensive to run the technology, but you need to be fair and even. Like maybe the umpires on field need to pay more attention to overstepping. There was one no ball on field off a dot that I saw was given. So a no ball. So if it's an obvious no ball, you spot it, you'll give it as umpire. But it's hard to see it because you have to focus on the ball as well. Because if you look at the foot bowls again, that's defended. Just push there for one run through the onside. If you look at the foot too much, you won't look at the batsman. And if it's an LBW that ball, if they smash it straight back at you, you're focusing on the wrong thing. So that's the issue with it. And can the square leg umpire give it? Probably not, because they're from a mile away. So that's the issue with it. All right. One ball left to be over. England 2 for 211.
Yes.
The partnership has reached 150. So, Ariane, I don't know what else to ask. Tomorrow, do you think the conditions will change much in the Gabba?
I think, in the morning, maybe a bit of pace in the wicket because the early morning with the new ball obviously coming in, the pitch might do certain things, and that would be the best chance for the Aussies to dislodge this pair if they survive today. That's I'm saying. And we have seen Jack Leach padded up. So
Yep.
if one of these gets dismissed,
1 run there. Yep.
Leach might come in as the night watchman. So yeah, interesting to see. Australia, trying their best to get the wicket, and good viewing. Hard test cricket going on.
Strongly agree with you there, yeah. That last ball of the over was a single, so it's the end of the over. 2 for 112. Milan and Root having a good time here. But then, beyond Milan and Root, there isn't much depth in the English side. I saw Jack Leach preparing there, so he's going to be the kind of the night watchman for this game, which will be interesting. Let me have a look at. He became a bit of a cult figure in England, Jack Leach. They got Stokes next, but beyond that, they got Ollie Pope, who's a bit inconsistent. They got Butler, who's decent, but then they got the bowlers, and they'll get smashed. 1 wicket won't do too much, but if they get Stokes, they'll get both. 1 wicket won't do much, but 2 will do a lot, in my opinion.
Yes.
But I think England will catch up, and the game will become close. I predict England will make about 400. 450
I say 350, around 350.
Yeah, 350, 400, around that area. At most 450. They're not going to get to 500, 600 though.
Oh no!
Short ball, duck downs, and no run. Continue.
Otherwise, it's a draw. If they bat that long, it's a draw.
Definitely. Or, well, if there's no rain, perhaps they'll have tomorrow and Sunday. They've got 2 days to play the game out. So if they bat for the rest of tomorrow, if they make 350 or 50 overs, let's say, we get to that, and then there's 100 runs to chase. Even if they make 400 and bat till the end of day 4, there'll be a day to chase down 200 runs, which is doable. So probably a draw is probably unlikely. Hang on. One of you's kicked. Bowls, that's a length ball outside off stump, and no run there. Also, it's pitched up a little bit there from Stark. It's a decent delivery. Right, you've been cut out. Like these guys, the Zoom meeting ended because I need to message Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But it's good delivery there from Stark. Yep, Stark is. And indeed, I'm hoping he'll hop on in a moment. Apologies for the technical difficulties. As it's gone behind this left alone outside off stump, I think that was. No run there. Milan. Welcome. Jack. Hello. Sorry about that. It was a bit of a technical fault. We reached the 40-minute limit, and we're back live, and we're still live on air, so, don't be too silly. Everyone's listening. And England 2 for 212, trailing by 66. Milan 73, Root 85. What's your thoughts, Jack, on just the structure of Stark's bowling this over, if you were watching?
It's just been good Test cricket.
This
is what it's all about, Ashes cricket. It's a test. It's a challenge. It's never easy. And for Australia, they'll be happy with how they batted this morning with Head and Stark adding those runs, extending the lead. But, you just got to give respect to the opposition. Root and Milan have played really well. And you've got to give them credit for that. England have fought back nicely after what happened in the first innings. So tomorrow will be crucial for Australia with that new ball, which will be available. If they can strike with that on this pitch, then I think they should run through them. And whatever total England set, if they do go past, get these 66 runs, then Australia should chase them down easily and go 1-0 up heading into Adelaide. So
yep. Stark bowls, and it's blocked by Milan for no run. Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing to say. But England have a real chance in Adelaide and Hobart, I would say. They're the two places where England have a chance. Because Hobart's cold, Adelaide, dew on the pitch, Anderson and Broad will absolutely win if they're bowling at night. What do you think of that?
Yes, they would obviously. In Hobart, that could be a day test, maybe, if they want to do a day-night test or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be cold though. It'd be very cold English weather.
Yes,
basically.
there'll be
Weather
like
will help
English
them.
type conditions in Hobart.
Yep.
In Adelaide, it's their best chance.
Yep. Start
Obviously.
again.
I think
Short
Australia
ball.
will.
Pulled away. 1 run. Continue. It's the end of the
Yeah,
over.
I think
213.
Yeah, I think Australia should win this test. You know, it's good that England are fighting back. It's given them a bit of confidence after what happened in the first innings. But I think Australia should get these wickets, 8 wickets, and chase down the runs if England make Australia bat again, which looks like it's going to happen. So yeah, but yeah, for England, they've got a lot of work to do to try and get something in this series, because it's going to be a tough summer for them, that's for sure, if they keep batting the way they batted in the first innings. But promising signs in the second innings, but it's only 1 test. Can they back it up in Adelaide? That's the next question. It's no good doing it in 1 test. You've got to back it up. And it's a great performance, don't get me wrong, but you've got to back it up and they've got to be consistent. And that's very important in the game of cricket. You've got to back up your performances. It's no good doing it at 1 test.
Oops, okay. So we have Green bowling to Milan now. Yeah, Hobart is confirmed for the last test match. That is correct. Hobart will be hosting. Cameron Green into the attack. Bowling to Milan. Short ball, left line outside of stump, no run. He bowls those short balls, Green, doesn't he, Jack?
Yeah, he just needs to bowl a good line of length, Green. That's all. If anyone caught my interview that I did with esteemed cricket journalist Jared Kimber, we talked about Cameron Green, and he said he just needs to hit a length consistently, and he should be all right. And that's available on the
awesome.
the channel. So if you want to watch that, please do.
Yep, chase the ball that side off a little bit there. Milan, no run. Yeah, you've had some great chats. I watched that one with the umpire. That was awesome.
Yes, Daryl Harper was a great chat. If you haven't watched the latest one with Jared, please do. I learned a lot from that.
I haven't had a look at that yet. I should really have a look at that.
With Jared Kimber. We did talk about the Ashes. We talked about everything, Australia and England, the history of the Ashes.
Jared Kimber's cool. He's cool. I've seen a couple of his videos.
He is.
Very professional.
He's a very funny guy too.
Yeah, he's got a good vibe to him, I reckon.
It was great. I learned a lot, and we talked about Cameron Green in particular. He's got a very high ceiling and a very low floor.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a lot of potential. You know, he could do well, average 40 with the bat, maybe average 20 with the ball, then he'll be a good player. Or he could be the other way around. You know,
Jared,
average.
Yeah. It's good to meet all the commentators down under. That's not to criticise the ones from overseas, but it's good to work with other people from down under. That's for sure. Green, and in New Zealand. Green bowling to Milan, and Milan drives for the offside for 2 runs there. Yes, 2 runs for recover. 2 for 215, England. Camila Dolorita said, Vo FYI. I don't know what that means, but okay. TikTok probably. There's a TikTok trend where you have FYI. No, isn't there? I don't know. I use TikTok, but I kind of forget stuff. I have a TikTok account as well if you want to watch, but yeah, it's mostly just advertising if I'm brutally honest. But you can have a look. Analog TV official. Not bad. Green again. Short, back of a length again and defended, and short leg does the fielding. It's that back of a length stuff. It's kind of sort of like Simon Jones, English bowler. Always bowled a bit of a back of a length, but he managed to swing it enough to get wickets. So that was the main aim of it. Isn't that right? If you're getting wickets, it doesn't matter where you're bowling, as long as it's working. Jack.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And that's what Test cricket's about.
Yep. And again, short ball again. End of the over, 2 for 215. That's what it's about. Continue.
Yes, that's what it's about, you know. And, England have played well, but tomorrow morning will be crucial for Australia. They've got a new ball. So I think for Australia, you know, as I said before, they'll be happy with the way they've gone. Just Root and Milan have batted well, and those two did well on the last tour in Australia. Obviously, Root didn't score 100, but Milan did. In Perth in 2017-18. And Joe Root would like to prove a point here. He hasn't scored a century in Australia. I think his highest score is 87. He's on 85 at the moment, so it looks like he's going to get past that. But, you know, he would like to prove a point to everyone that he can do it down under, and his record is not good. And, you know, showing a bit of fight and resilience here, and that's what I talked about in the reviews I've done after the day's play, summarising the day's play. And that's what England need to show, mental toughness and resilience, because you show that, you can bat for long periods of time. It's easier said than done doing that in Test cricket, but you really need to have a good mindset, and these two are, but it's not over yet. You know, if both of these batsmen know if they get out, you know, it's going to be very tricky for England and the rest of the batsmen to start on this.
They got Stokes and Butler and Bess, who's all over the, not Bess, sorry, name, brain fade, forgot his name. Sorry, I need to check someone's name. That's so dumb. I forgot the name of England batsman Ollie Pope. They got Pope, who's inconsistent. They got Stokes and Butler. They got nothing left, really. Bowls that one's cut through cover for a run. But yeah, it's just like, well, they got that Stokes and sort of Butler, who kind of can bat. And the rest of it's just wickets. Easy wickets. England's tail are going to get absolutely peppered by Aussie's fast bowlers. Particularly if somebody brings in a spell, picks up 2 or 3 wickets, and that tail will get knocked over quickly, and they'll be done for 300, 350 before you know it, England. Isn't that right?
Yeah. That's right. Yep.
Lyon again. He's bowling to Milan. It says 6.5 overs left today. That's not. There's only like 5 minutes left today. But let's see what happens.
Yep. We're not going to get those overs in, I don't think.
No, they should have, though. Taking advantage of that extra half hour is what they're doing. Bowls, that one's looped up and driven for 4, I think. It's racing away to the boundary. That is excellent timing from Darwin Milan. Excellent balance, composure at the crease. He moves on to 80. That is brilliant to watch. Excellent timing there. It's just absolutely love it. Darwin Milan at the crease. Again, it's just about occupying the crease. Simple things. England starting to look like they have a chance. The win Viz said 10%, but they're more likely than that. Lyon to Milan, and he blocks it to mid-wicket for no run. England's aim probably right now, for the whole game, as a perspective, is probably to tie it if they don't win. They prefer a tie than a loss. Who doesn't? But they're happy with a tie or a win, and they're just going to see what happens and play it out, and depends on what happens, they're happy as long as they don't lose. Bowls and defended for no run. Don't you reckon, Jack?
Yeah, ties are very rare. You know, there's not been many ties in Test cricket, but it's very rare to get a tie. So they'll be just thinking about trying to get the stumps.
And no result potentially as well.
Yeah.
Bowls, that one's beaten the cut shot of the bat there for no run. Yeah.
Well, if you draw the match, you don't lose. And it's still 0-0, but I think Australia still will win this Test match. It's just a matter of trying to get the 8 wickets. And whatever England set them in the last settings to chase, you know, I think Australia should get those runs in the end.
For sure. Lyon to Milan, and that one's a delivery outside off stump. It's left alone for no run. It's the end of the over, 2 for 220, and Australia are hustling through to squeeze in another over. They've got a couple of minutes. They need to bowl it. As it's a bit of a flying rover cam of what happened. And yeah, at the start of the over, he was a little bit offset Lyon, but then towards the end, he got really, really good. So that was good to see for sure. Isn't it, Jack? Just you know, you may have been bowled a couple of bad balls, but you've realised. Isn't that right? It's realisation. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, it is. And Australia bowling Green and Lyon until the end of the day. So Australia's plan is just about to bowl these overs, give the other guys a rest, because that new ball tomorrow morning will be very crucial. If Australia get an early wicket tomorrow morning, get these 2 out, then I think they should run through the rest of the order. And that will be the plan. But England have fought back well. Got to give them credit there. It's been good Test cricket, nutritional.
Yep.
That's what we like.
Green short ball, no run there to gully. Yeah, definitely nutritional Test cricket. I love that. I love that, using that word in sports. I never hear that, but that's good. It's a creative way of saying it, yeah. And I don't think there's going to be too much happening in this last over. It says it's the last over, so we've got 5 balls left today. They're probably going to thinking to battle it out here, but you never know if we see a boundary. I'd love to see Root hit his 100 and go for it in the next 5 balls. But
I don't think he'll be doing that. I think he'll
he won't. But yeah,
batting for time,
full ball,
making sure
down
that this is the last over.
Yeah,
which is usually what batsmen do. Hold up the bowler a bit, run down the clock, and looking to make this the final over of the day.
Indeed, and Root might if Root will pick off a bad ball at the end of the day because it's an all-rounder. He knows that he can do that. But just see. If it was Mitchell Starc, it would be a bit more dangerous. Bowls at short, and he can't sneak a run there. It goes to point for no run. Shy at the stumps, but nothing on the bowler's end. 3 balls left. Where does Green bowl it? Do you think?
Well, he's just trying to... I think I'm a bit ahead on the stream there, but that was not a good delivery from Cameron Green there.
So we see a bad ball coming here. Yeah. That he bowls, and that one's down leg. And yeah, that short stuff we've been talking about, that was just bowled there. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't where he wanted it. He got the line wrong there, Cameron. Yeah.
100%, mate. 100%. Down leg. You can't afford to bowl down leg. Maybe don't spoil it again, but that was a good point you made there. Yeah, down leg. You can't bowl there. Have a mental clock where you put it 15th after the ball, I guess, as Green, and don't spoil it. Green runs into bowl for the second last ball. That's on the stumps, sort of, and defended to cover for no run. Okay delivery, I suppose. Last ball today. It's coming up. Green, Root will be on strike for the last ball. Green will be bowling. England trail by 58. There's the Barmy Army winding up. Here we go. Last ball. Root facing up. 159 partnership. Final ball of the day. Finishing a wonderful day of Test cricket on Analog TV Live. The Ashes bowls. That's beaten them outside off stump. It beats the edge and there is no run. Payne takes it behind. No, Carey takes it behind the stumps. Still trying to get used to that. And it's 2 for 220 at the end of day 3. What a wonderful day of Test cricket. Thank you, Jack, for joining.
No worries. My pleasure. It's great to commentate with you, Ethan. Splendid job, I must say. Richie Benno must be proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. Great to be here.
That's a good way to finish off the day. Just beating outside the bat, and Root drew the bat away just after it beat the bat. So he was okay there, and Green got close. So it was a wonderful day of Test cricket. What would you say is the highlight of today that you saw?
Yeah, the highlight of today. Well, we saw some very good batting up front from Australia. Travis Head brought up his 150. And this partnership obviously has a bit of a rear guard action from England, which has been nice for them. You want to see the opposition fight after being bowled out for 147 in the first innings. But that's what you expect in Test cricket. So, yeah, it's been a very good day all round, you have to say. Australia will be happy with how they've bowled. They've stuck at it. They haven't given up. Just be patient. The batsman will make a mistake, a lapse in concentration. And obviously for Root and Milan tomorrow, especially up against that new ball, they have to reset and restart again. And that's often the hardest thing when you're a batsman, is when you have to restart the next day. So for Australia, they can get both of them out quickly tomorrow. Then I think they should get, 3 or 4 wickets, at regular intervals. And if England do get past them, I think chase down a low total and win the match and go to Adelaide 1-0 up. So that will be the plan from Australia. For England, it's just about keeping batting. Don't worry about how much you trail by or how much we're going to set them. It's all about playing each ball and trying to get that mental toughness and resilience and grind it out nutritionally. And that will be the plan for England tomorrow. So, yeah, it's been a good day. I think both teams will be reasonably happy with their performance today.
That's a good review there from you. So, with England trailing by 58, they still haven't got the lead yet, but it's going to be a wonderful day tomorrow. I think I'm joining the sports breakdown tomorrow morning, so stay tuned on that account. And thank you so much, Jack, for joining. I might have a look at your podcast. It was a good episode.
Yes, please do. And for everyone, if I may,
out there, subscribe to Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Have a look at their Instagram. I have Instagram also, Analog TV East, and I don't talk about it much on my YouTube channel. But Dibbly Dobbly Podcast is a fantastic channel because you've got umpire interviews. It offers a different perspective. Like with Channel 7 Cricket, they have an umpire commentator, and I really like that. And guess what? Jack is very passionate about this sort of stuff and having different sides of the game that perhaps mainstream television wouldn't cover. That's what Jack's doing. So please have a look at it. It's like, it's so different and unique. Have a look at it.
Well, thank you, Ethan. I really appreciate that. Yes, please do. Please check out the latest interview I did with Jared Kimber. That was a fun interview to do.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's out now. You can catch us on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts. We're there as well. You can catch that episode on there as well, and also on our YouTube channel. And subscribe if you want. But
awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for those kind words. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. He says, I'm back, bro, Will Berthard. Yep, definitely. It's just taking you through the highlights of today. It's been one of a kind from England, just batting, hitting the ball around the park. And we're at stumps now at 2 for 220. That partnership has been fantastic. Just before we split off, I asked Will Berthard, share your thoughts with Elisha. Ask me a question so I can, because I know you've rocked up here and you just got back from your long paper round out in the cold, just to tune in by the heater and listen to some Ashes to realise that the day's over. But, there's the ground stuff on the field. We probably need to wrap up in a moment. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because honestly, this is a massive series. There's cricket talks. I'm planning on doing one on Sunday. I had a chat with the Cricket Connoisseur, and he will be joining on Sunday. The Cricket Connoisseur. Have you watched any of the Cricket Connoisseur, Dibbly Dobbly, Jack?
Yes, I have. Yep, Aaron. Yep, very knowledgeable.
He's a great guy.
Great person, and it's good that you're going to have a chat to him. Looking forward to watching that episode.
For sure. And Cricket Talk, what is Joe Root on? So Joe Root is on, I think he's on 86. No, wait, I'll double check. Because I said he was on 86, didn't I? I swear he's on 86. Oh, if I got that wrong, I'm going to be 80. Yes, he is on 86. And Milan's on 80. Yep, got that right. I guessed it in my head. But I thought I was wrong. Yeah, 80 for Milan, 86 for Root. It's been a wonderful game. And the 2 wickets today, just quickly, Cummins, shortish of a length. Got a bit of bat there from Rory Burns. Again, Rory's technique, standing right across the stumps. He's failing a little bit. And he edged it behind. Analog TV and the Cricket Connoisseur. Yes, that'll be a good podcast. And then Hamid, again, another short delivery clip behind. Shoaib Chowdhury, beautiful today by Milan Root. Definitely, mate. You are bang on right now. That podcast we're doing with the Cricket Connoisseur on Sunday. So I'll have you on at another time. But I promise to do some cricket discussions with you at some point. Okay, Jack, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Thank you so much, viewers, for tuning in on this wonderful day of Test cricket. I'll be back soon at some point. Tune in for Cricket Talks on Sunday.